welcome. Hey, that's what that sounded like.
Hey,
Hey, how are y'all doing? Hey, welcome to Church at the
My
Gate.
mom's drinking her hot chocolate.
Is she? She's drinking her hot cocoa.
TJ's hey.
I got coffee, Pat.
Oh, I've got Diet
Hot coffee.
Pepsi, but it's hidden off camera.
So do I.
It's hidden off camera so that you're not looking at my Diet Pepsi.
Can we share that?
Oh, absolutely, Ryan. You take a drink
Sharing
out
is
of it,
caring
it's
in the
yours.
day of COVID.
Yeah, right.
You take a drink out of it, and it is yours, my friend. So, how's everybody doing, you guys?
Joel
Chime
says,
in.
what's up, my dudes?
What's up, my day? Hey.
What's up, my dudes? What's
What's-
up, my ladies?
Joel,
What's up, my dudette? What's up, my dudette? I am with everything in me. I want to share this, and it's not going to happen today. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Wait.
Last minute miracle.
Technologically
Yep,
challenged
God is
today?
doing a post. I mean, God's doing a post. God is doing a post right now.
God did not refer to himself as God.
Come get into. No, I did not. Come get into the Word. There we go.
Word.
Boom. Post. So, welcome. It is time for some Song O Songs today.
I think
We are
should
ready
sing
for it.
Sing the whole thing today.
I actually probably could. we could get it going,
You
man.
have to sing your response today, right?
Sing it out.
That's a hard pass.
Not gonna happen.
Do that.
How beautiful you are, my darling.
Oh.
How beautiful. Like that?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's kind of like the soulful rendition
That
of
was
it.
worship
really
the word.
soulful.
Yeah, worship with the word. Otherwise, you could go more. We discerned the other night. It didn't take discernment. We had a leadership, staff, elders, trustees. We had a Christmas party, and I found out there's a whole lot of people that like country music. A
Yeah,
lot.
that was very surprising.
I mean, a lot. One said redneck country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was
true.
like,
Yeah, so we're like, okay, we better revisit our worship style here, and so it's how
Good, man.
beautiful you are,
a little bit of
my
Josh Baldwin, we're good to go.
darling. Yeah, we could do that.
That's
Josh
more
Baldwin
Josh
will do
Baldwin and Zach Williams.
it. How
Zach
beautiful
Williams,
you
for sure.
are. Your eyes are like doves. Oh, something like that. No, TJ is a
Hey, you know?
That was so good.
Hey, you know what
Each their
happens?
own, my friend.
You know what happens when you play a country song backwards, don't you?
Oh, I do. You tell them now.
You get your dog back, you get your girlfriend
Yeah.
back,
Your
you get
truck.
your belt buckle back, you get
Your
your truck back.
Yeah, your belt buckle.
I actually grew up
Stetson.
listening to country music. I loved it.
Me too.
I
Me
did
too.
too. I just
Me
can't
too.
do it
Garth
anymore.
Brooks, baby.
Just can't.
Garth Brooks
The
was
river.
way after I grew up.
I know.
Don't start with that, dude. I'm talking Tanya Tucker.
There you
I'm talking Merle Haggard.
Heard of them.
No, I
I'm
haven't heard
talking
Merle.
Roy Clark,
Never heard
Buck
of Merle Haggard.
Owens.
We did find out that we do have an elder that's a huge fan of Leonard Skinner.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
did
did.
find that out.
It's crazy.
Big, yeah. So there was kind of an eclectic taste in music we discovered, but country. I say with country was probably the most mentioned one, wouldn't you?
I think
Mhm.
so.
That
Even
was
over
like-
Christian. Even
Yeah, I
over Christian
know.
Music.
Yeah, we had some good like Christian worship, Chris Tomlin. We had those in there, but man, country kept coming up over and over, didn't
Yeah.
it? Good old South Dakota people. So
That's right.
just so you know,
I kept
God's-
reminding myself that. I was like, we are in South Dakota.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep, some good South Dakota people.
Yeah.
Love your country music, and we're not condemning you for it. Enjoy it. Have yourself some fun. If you like country, you like it.
You
I
like
did grow up
country,
on it,
just
too.
give us a thumbs up.
There
Throw
you go.
up some hearts.
That's
Throw us some
funny.
hearts.
None of us are from South Dakota.
I'm not.
We've all been here a
You're
long
close
time.
enough,
Yeah.
Ryan. You're
Yeah.
from southwest Minnesota, aren't you?
Well, central Minnesota.
Central
It's
Minnesota.
a different country up there, I'll tell you what.
Is it the South Dakota?
Yeah.
Oh,
Way
I
different.
bet. I bet it's different in Texas too. I've been here longer than I've been anywhere though. Like anywhere that I've ever lived.
Yeah.
I've lived in South Dakota since 1989.
Woo!
Back in 1989, I moved to South
I
Dakota.
was born a year later.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
See, that just shows you how long you've been here.
Wow. Oh, I can't believe that. We need to get into the Bible now.
Yes, we do. Thank you,
I need to
Jesus.
remember how
Lord,
beautiful
help
I
us.
am,
Or
You're
Merle
beautiful.
Haggard.
not how old I am. We have given people enough time to either join us or get off.
Yeah.
That's what we've just done
Yeah.
right
Well, the
now,
numbers are
so.
going up the more we sit here and.
The more we sit here and
It's
talk.
like country music.
So now we're ready. We got the babies are all in, as one of my friends says. The babies are all in the car now. We got everybody in, so we're ready for the trip, right?
That's funny.
I have to do a poll now. Your top favorite Christian country artist.
Christian country. Josh Baldwin is about all I can think of.
Zach Williams.
Third
Oh.
Day was kind of country-ish, but they're not.
Southern
both of them.
rock.
Southern rock.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they had a little bit of a country feel to it, though. You're
Yeah.
right. You know, some of their stuff.
Elevation gets a little growl in there sometimes.
Hey, there's some of the worship stuff I've heard recently that Bethel's done with steel guitar, or else the guitar, the bluesy with the thing the guy wears on his finger. What's it called? Where you slide down the strings.
Isn't that the steel guitar?
Yeah, no, but the steel guitar, like where they
Oh, yeah.
sit down.
Oh, you're talking about with the
Yeah,
little tube.
Yeah, they wear it on their finger. So speaking of steel guitar, let's get into Song of Solomon. There's my segue right there. How we do not want it's a
It's so
steel
smooth.
guitar. It was smooth,
So
wasn't it?
smooth, yeah.
Because we don't want the enemy to steal our love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
almost
He's
There it
an
is.
accuser.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
It all connects now.
And it all goes back to country music.
Yeah.
he steals. He
Yeah.
destroys. Okay, here we go. Chapter 4.
He's a Steeler song.
This is good stuff, by the way. We're only doing one verse, not just because we spent most of our time telling jokes, but because there's so much in this verse. It is good, and so we're ready for it. God, we say just in our heart, connect us at a heart level.
Yeah.
You did with me this morning when I was studying it. Oh, I just love it, God. I just love the way you speak to us, and this is you speaking directly to us. This is you talking to my heart.
Right.
When I read this right now, when we unpack this, this is how you talk to us. It changes us forever. Thank you, Lord. Amen. All right. Here he is responding to her. Actually, of course, he started the whole thing back in chapter 1. It's always him and then our response and then him and then us. It's reciprocal. And he's speaking now that she is, she's discovered some things about him that we've learned in chapter 3. He's safe. He's a safe leader. She can go to the mountain because he's shown her that he can trust her. He's wooed her out of her place where she was in fear and not ready to go up the mountain. And so now he speaks to her. He says, "Oh, how beautiful you are." This is NASB, of course. I'm always NASB, almost always. "How beautiful you are, my darling. How beautiful you are." He says it twice. "Your eyes are like doves behind your veil. Your hair is like a flock of goats that have descended from Mount Gilead." Now, like when you read this stuff for the first time, you're like, what the heck?
Right.
Right? Like, your hair looks like a flock of goats. Not knowing the richness of the metaphor. Yeah, I know. In other words, you must be having a bad hair day.
Dad joke. Dad joke.
Yep.
Sorry.
So.
And that's it. We're done today.
All right.
Be
Good
good.
study.
I'm glad I didn't do the screaming goat.
Yeah, no kidding. We don't need the screaming goat. We'll skip the screaming goat. So let's. Did we start with you or TJ last week?
I was gone.
Let's start with Nicole Worthley today.
Oh, she's already
I'm
ready.
out there.
She's into
I
it.
love in the Passion Translation that "you're beautiful beyond words." I often find myself trying to express emotions and thoughts without words, and sometimes it just feels impossible.
Wow.
So to see someone as so beautiful that you're speechless and you
Oh.
fall into silence and admiration, worship music, touch, savoring, or creating to express your feelings about the beauty is an explosively powerful way to describe something by just saying
On.
beyond words.
Go on.
Also,
It's so good.
I think it testifies to how rare this beauty is, simply because I feel like in day-to-day life, it is not all that often that you're that blown away by how beautiful something or someone is.
Come
Oh,
on.
Come on,
So
Nicole.
good.
Jeez.
Preach it.
Oh, it's so good.
Then
That
Jolene
is
says,
awesome.
side profile is my favorite.
That's what she says.
You're welcome, Julie. Brent loves.
I hate it. I hate it. That's the truth. So that is so good, and the amazing thing is she got all that while we were acting like idiots.
Yep.
Yeah, hey.
Yep.
Good
She
way
did,
to
you know?
now this is a mom for you. With
Yeah,
all the
right?
distraction of the boys,
Yeah.
she was able to tune in and hear what the Lord is saying through this verse. It is powerful what you just wrote, Nicole. That is awesome. So let's roll with TJ already started. You want to keep going, bro? What did you get out of this passage?
Sure, I can, yeah. To kind of piggyback off of what Nicole said, I'll go to the
Sounds
Passion Translation. Let me get there real quick. Okay. Listen, my dearest darling, you are so beautiful. You are beauty itself to me. Your eyes glisten with love like gentle doves behind your veil. What devotion I see each time I gaze upon you. You are like a sacrifice ready to be offered. Ah, it's so good. So
Wow,
good.
Interesting interpretation, that last part.
Yes. Which I'm
Wow.
going to touch on a little bit.
Okay.
So, it threw me. I'll get there. I love just the emotion that this whole passage brings with it. It exudes it. I just think of I personally think in that first part of the verse, listen, my dearest darling, you are so beautiful. Your beauty is self to me. I think about conversations I have with Carissa. I think about how I picture her and just the love that is there and to think that our God thinks that way of us is just so it's just so good. It is so good. And I just I found myself as I was reading it just sitting in it. Just soaking in. Your eyes glisten with love, like gentle doves behind your veil. And I think of I'm. Some of you may know this about me, but I'm a crier, and when I am in a worship, I'm in it. When I'm whatever it may be, there are moments throughout life where tears will just come to my eyes,
come on.
just glistening, and so I pictured that was where this verse took me. Your eyes glisten with love. There's just a depth of love that is so powerful that it brings your eyes to glisten, and that's how our Father feels about us, and just how awesome that is. But then what devotion I see each time I gaze upon you, and then the last part, you are like a sacrifice ready to be offered. This was interesting because I was like, what? Out of all that description, and then we jump to sacrifice. Well, the actual Hebrethe translation is goats coming down from the Mount of Gilead. And you heard that in the NASB. Well, what that depiction is when a goat comes down from the Mount of Gilead, it's ready for sacrifice. And so I was kind of thinking about this, and just when you step into the sacrificial religion that Israel had in the Old Testament, you picture these this perfection, it was first fruits. It was these perfect and spotless lambs that were sacrificed, and he's describing us as this. I was like, why a sacrifice? How does that work? And where my mind went, where my heart went with it was, he's saying how perfect we are, and how unblemished we are, how spotless we are. And it's just another verse in this whole song that is speaking directly to our identity and who he says we are, not who we say we are or anybody else. Because oftentimes we think, well, we have to do this to get that from God, and it's so much more than that. It's like God says that we are so much more than something that has to lay down, like has to do something in order to gain His love. He did, like that has nothing to do with God. It is all about how much He loves us because of who He created us to be.
Yeah.
And so that's what really spoke to me, was it was speaking directly to you. You are not who you think you are. You are not who they say you are. You are who I say you are. And this is who you are.
Yeah.
And you are perfect and spotless and unblemished, and exactly as that goat would be coming down from Mount Gilead. And that was really beautiful to me to think of like God's identification of us,
Yeah.
and who we are. So yeah,
That's good, TJ. Come on.
yeah,
It speaks to our identity. I love
so
it.
good.
What do you got, Ryan?
Well, I was reading out the NIV, which is pretty similar. I won't read it again, but I was thinking about how, like the whole love tank idea that you have, like with
Yep.
your children or with your spouse or with somebody close to you, like you're supposed to something like at least give 5 affirmations before there's anything negative. Or if you give something negative, it's almost like you have to say 5 things positive to make up for that. And I like in my life, I've like looked at my relationship with my wife or my kids, and I'll get to the end of the day and I'll be like, man, was I filling love tanks today? Was I speaking words of affirmation today? And I'm like, yeah, I think I did an okay job. Maybe I gave like 4 or 5 to each kid, or 2 or 3 to each kid, or something like that. I don't always do that, but at some nights I'm just like, how did I do as a dad today? Where was I on affirmations? Well, it's like reading this, the Lord, this is a moment, right? How beautiful you are, my darling. How beautiful. Your eyes are behind your veil are doves. Your hair is like a flock of goats. It's like, bam, 4 positive affirmations in like 5 seconds. It's like, man, it took God 5 seconds to fill me up, or it took Solomon 5 seconds to fill her love tank up. And I just think that speaks to how good He is, like he really truly sees what we don't naturally see. He's so far beyond appearance, and He's looking at the heart. And I just love that God always chooses to pick the gold, because I don't think we're always quick to pick the gold in ourselves.
We're not.
Like when, I don't know about you guys, but I go up to a mirror and like the first thing that catches my eyes is, oh, I got a nice new wrinkle on my forehead, or is that a gray hair all of a sudden? Am I going bald? Like, and those things are negative. And
then you look at your 6-pack and we all go, jeez.
Whatever. But like we've learned. I've been learning in the last few years about this orphan mentality, and an orphan is always trying to outdo the other person, and is always trying to look better, and is always trying to better themselves, and they don't understand that they're a son or they're a daughter, and that God cherishes us.
That's good.
And right here we find this cherishing heart of Jesus, because I bet if we met the Shulamite woman, I guarantee we could find weaknesses in her. Even though she was outstanding among however many, I'm sure she was gorgeous. But at the same time, you spend enough time with somebody, you can see weaknesses. You could, But I love that God He didn't even go there. That isn't even a thing to Him. He doesn't see those things, and so, it's His cherishing heart that really breaks those accusations. Like when you experience the love of God. Who cares about a wrinkle? Who cares about a gray hair? Who cares if your hair is whacked out to, just all crazy? Like, you know that you're loved. And when you know that you're loved, you're at peace. You have joy. Like, there's nothing that's going to trip you up and make you think differently. Like, man, man, God's voice is so powerful. So it breaks accusation. And then I was reading some of Mike Bickle's notes, and he was talking about how in Ephesians 5, it talks about how we are cleansed, sanctified and cleansed by the washing of the word.
Yep.
And it's like when that truth hits our heart, the truth of our beauty, the truth of how much God loves us, everything else is going to wash away. You know, we are going to be pure and spotless the more we encounter his love. Because of those lies that we've believed maybe ever since we were little, or the fear that's gone on in our minds and our hearts ever since we were little. Man, when you get in the Word, you really believe that God is speaking these things to you. That stuff begins to break off, and freedom, you can really walk in freedom. You don't care what the heck you walk by and see in the mirror. All you see is his son or his daughter. And I love that. He transforms, you know, like, it's not some 5-step process that maybe you'll get to this point of freedom. Like, man, God washes and he changes and he transforms in a moment. And he does it by cherishing us, you know. And I just love it. I love that freedom that he gives. I'm kind of coming to this point in my life where I believe that Jesus is the answer for everything out there. If you're dealing with fear, if you have financial issues going on, if you don't believe you're beautiful, go and talk to Jesus for a little bit. Get in his word, and you're gonna find your answer for every little thing in life. And he's just that good.
Come on, Ryan, that's awesome. I love it. He's cherishing us, and by cherishing us, he's changing us.
Yeah.
And by changing, not like right now I'm turning into a different person, but I'm discovering what he already sees.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
then I can live into it. It's
I like that.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, J-Rod.
J-Rod. Nice.
New name, I guess, huh?
It's not the biblical one.
That's like your basketball name, J-Rod.
White chocolate.
Never heard that.
Actually, that's my rapper name.
Okay, good to know.
Can I get a bumper sticker?
You can help me out with that for Christmas. There you go.
That's funny.
So I didn't get a whole lot of chance to look at this before when I opened up Bible Gateway. It references here, and it actually says that there's great symbolism in this verse, which is verse 1 of chapter 4. Hair is a symbol of our devotion to Christ.
Mm.
And the interesting part is that this is repeated in Song of Solomon 6:5.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So when something's repeated like this, it's actually a different context.
Mm-hmm.
He's speaking to her in 4:1, and she's speaking to him in 6:5.
Yeah,
Which says a lot about your cherishing and understanding. So he's speaking to her, and he says in this chapter, listen to me. So he's speaking into her what she's not seeing.
Yep.
And between chapter 4 and when we get to chapter 6, she becomes this realization that she's a mirror reflection of her beloved.
Come on.
So at 6:5, it's read, turn your eyes from me, for they overwhelm me. Your hair is like a flock of goats descending from Gilead. She's now saying that to him.
Yeah.
And I kind of looked for that directly as I looked at it, because like, this is really interesting, because a lot of times if you read in this, it'll say he or she.
Yep.
And actually, he's speaking it in 6:5. I'm sorry. Turn your eyes from me from the overwhelm. So he's saying it to her again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like this. She's starting to understand this reflective image.
Yep. She does.
I got that backwards there a little bit. It's still the same thing of this reflection and him just speaking that over her again. So, I got this complete understanding of Solomon not cutting his hair. You know, the Nazarite vow, this element of devotion.
Yeah.
You know, and then I thought, maybe I just won't cut my hair as a symbol of devotion. But there's that element of not truly, like, fully understanding that Nazarite vow. Like, if I cut my hair, I'm cutting my devotion. And my devotion is my strength.
Yep.
Right.
You know,
that Samson thing, right?
I had Samson, I had Solomon, and I had Samson.
Uh-huh.
I'm all wrong today. Thanks for the biblical help here.
You're
I said, I
fine,
came in
bro.
here
You're
like-
fine.
I came into Brent like, hey, you might want to skip me. I haven't gotten into this yet. So
Yeah, he said that.
You're getting the unprocessed thought of all of this, which is
That's fair.
never a good thing when you
It
get
does
the
say that
unprocessed
he
stuff.
has long, wavy hair in
Yeah.
Song of Solomon. That Solomon
Is that
has-
5?
Solomon had long
Is it
wavy hair, but
chapter
Samson was
5?
the one that cut his hair. So
Yeah.
I got my flannel graph scriptures wrong. Should have remembered like flannel graph days.
Good stuff.
Uh-huh.
You know, but the cutting of the hair, you know, the cutting of the devotion.
I think
You know?
maybe even chapter 5, but again, I didn't read chapter 5 today. But she says something to him about, after which is ahead of this, where she goes through the dark night,
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
and then she begins to say, when they say, "Tell us about over his head is the finest of gold."
right.
Doesn't it go into his hair? Maybe
yeah,
it
it talks
does.
about his hair. His,
So you're good, bro. You're
I'm
good. You're good.
Just prophesying ahead of
Yep. You were just jumping out there, man.
Just jumping out.
But
Yeah,
you're right.
so-
Why would we be? We're not going to be more devoted than he is.
Right.
That's what
Mhm.
our devotion is. What you're saying, right?
And even just that one, we're at this first part of chapter 4 where it's just like one glimpse of devotion,
Mm-hmm.
and how he's ravished just by that little bit of devotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Ryan said, that orphan spirit tells you, well, my devotion isn't good enough because it's God.
yeah.
My prayer is too weak.
Yeah.
My singing's too weak, or I'm off key, or
Yeah.
I'm angry
all that.
today, so I can't really worship today.
Yeah.
And so we come in with all these orphan mentalities
Yeah.
to a God that says, I'm not worried about that.
Yes, it's crazy.
But I see 1 ounce of your devotion, and it woos my heart to the
Yes.
fullest of my
Yeah.
devotion.
That's good.
Yes.
So
Yes. Oh, I love it, Jared.
that's my unprocessed, badly biblical theology messed up.
Hey, but it came around. We
But it came
processed it together.
Hey,
What happened to
5'11".
him?
His hair is wavy and black as a raven.
There
Boom!
it is,
You
right
got it.
there.
You got it.
His youth, his vigor. Oh, we're gonna get into that one too. I love
5'11",
chapter
good.
5. Yeah, that's good. What else are we getting from people online?
Let's see. Pat says, when I fix my eyes on the one I love, my eyes glisten. I'm brought to tears with overflowing love.
Yeah.
Nicole said, when I read Sacrifice, I thought of Abraham and Isaac. Good thought. Let's see. So good, Ryan, from Jolene. So good listening from Davida. And then Pat says, so true, Ryan, like a kiddo that's just getting up in the morning and comes to you with bedhead and bad breath.
Yeah.
I love that they come to snuggle with us, and they are beauty itself to us.
Come on.
Yes.
Nicole says, thank you for that reminder, Ryan. I've been having a week so far. Frustrated with myself, and what you said is so true. Just seeing with his eyes changes it all.
Come on.
Yeah.
Pat, they're going back and forth. When we catch a glimpse of his face, the things of earth grow strangely dim.
Oh, that's good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Makes you think of that song, right?
Yeah.
Turn your
Jolene's hopping in here. Ryan, you are so right. Jesus is the answer to it all. John 1, Revelation 19. When we can grasp that he sees us through eyes of fire, in purity, in our true identity of who we are meant to be,
Yep.
our affirmations will truly come only from him.
Come on.
Man's opinions and the fear of man are broken.
Come on, she's
Being
right.
someone who broke of the spirit of self-hatred, the freedom of being seen by him is all that I need. Human
Yeah.
affirmation is good, but the Father's affirmations are life-giving and sustaining.
Amen.
Oh, come
so
on,
you
guys.
can have Jolene
Come
sitting
on.
right here doing it.
Yes,
She-
Jolene, you should come in and do it with
Yep.
us sometime.
Hey,
Some
but Ken
Wednesday.
Ken Verhicke's on YouTube.
Hey, what's he saying?
No.
Ken
He
Verhage.
said, yes, when you know you are loved, you are free. It's all capital
Yeah.
letters. Gotta make sure. You got that so well, I want to make
Yep.
sure to.
Yeah.
Then Ken says he loves to peer into our eyes,
Come
Oh,
on.
and one look from his eyes captivates our heart.
Yes,
That's right.
it does. That's exactly right. And I love it. I mean, Jared, even in your sharing, like working through and processing when you haven't had time to, because there's a lot in this, stacked in this text. And I was in the prayer room this morning, so I had time to soak inside this. Like I say, soak in it like a hot tub. But whether you had time to soak in it today, and I know you're familiar with the book because you've been in it before,
Mhm.
but either way, this is just as true. Like, it's not like, oh, you were in the prayer room this morning, so you really are beautiful. No, that's not why I'm beautiful. That's, I'm beautiful because you say I'm beautiful, right?
That's right.
So I love that. I mean, I love that about God. He says that about all of us, no matter if we were sitting in the prayer room for 3 hours or we just were angry at somebody.
Right.
It's just as true. And when we hear it, it transforms our thinking. It awakens us to who we are. So
And that's that part too. So like, there's for Christians the fear of getting your Bible story wrong.
oh yeah.
You know.
Oh, I know,
Yes,
You
right?
sit in a Bible study with people and you're like, oh, someone's critiquing my biblical theology right now.
Yeah.
I know.
That's what's going through your head. And
Yeah.
the Lord's like, so you got it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know what you were thinking, you know.
Yes.
So like those things that gum people up in conversation because they're afraid of,
I might say it wrong.
I might say it wrong or type it in wrong or do it
Mhm.
wrong, or he's loving her beyond her blemishes.
Yep.
You know, so we'll get afraid to risk because,
Yeah.
you know, we might mix up Samson with Solomon, but even though I was still right, apparently, farther out of the text,
We got you, bro.
the Lord covered my backside.
Yep, and your brothers too, man.
That's right.
Your brothers got you too, man.
So for those of you that struggle with getting into a Bible study, you know,
Mhm.
and being afraid that you're not biblically literate enough,
Yep,
you know,
exactly.
just be bold.
And you're not alone in that. Like, I mean, so a pastor goes through that same thing. Like, you're setting, because there's even more like, oh my gosh, if I mess it up, well, you're gonna mess it up. You're gonna get somebody's name mixed up. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. One time, Tan and I went in to visit with some elders, not at Church at the Gate. It was a way long time ago. We're talking 25 years ago. And we went to visit with these elders about why my wife should be, I wanted to defend her, that we're in ministry together and it's not just me. And so I said, listen, guys, you need to understand that God created us to be like Ananias and Sapphira. Like I meant Aquila and Priscilla.
Liars and dead.
They were like, yep, that's kind of what we thought.
Oh,
Ananias and Sapphira. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. We need to be free to be able to process things together without
come on.
judging what you're saying right now. We can process it together. So I'll just give my quick thoughts. You guys have already hit it so much. I love that he repeats that, how beautiful you are, how beautiful you are. Says it twice, like, because he knows we're gonna, like, are you serious? Yep, I'm serious. I'm saying it twice. And then I tell you what stood out to me today, because you guys have already hit on this. I don't want to dig back in the same thing again, except that it says your eyes are like doves behind your veil.
Mm-hmm.
And that, the doves, of course, there's all this whole thing about singleness of vision. They don't have peripheral vision. He's telling her you have pure eyes. You're focused on me. Like, you see me and you only see me. He's telling her that when she's actually not been necessarily living like that. So he's calling her out, like, you have dove's eyes. And the dove is the Holy Spirit. All that, we've talked about that with dove's eyes before. But the behind the veil part was what really stood out to me, because it's like, that's like our secret life with the Lord. Like, that's what others can't see, that only he sees.
Yeah.
And he's saying, you know what, I see what's being developed in our secret life together. Like, eyes, the open the eyes of our understanding can speak of revelation. And it's that idea that sometimes God just wants to speak to me and bring revelation to my heart, not for me to share, but for me to be like Mary and ponder it in my heart and be like, wow, I'm not getting this just so I can wow somebody with the latest revelation I've gotten. You're like talking to me because you love me.
Yes.
And in my secret life, I'm being developed, and I'm seeing you, and I'm receiving from you. And it's not just to share with somebody else, it's for us.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that he's saying that's just for us.
Yeah.
It's just things I'm whispering to your heart and sharing with you. So I love what's going on behind your veil, with your eyes, what I'm showing you, what you're seeing. And then you guys already hit on
That's
the.
good.
I love that too. That's what spoke to me the most. And you guys already hit on what the hair is about, the devotion, the goats. The other thing about Gilead that I was reading about today is that was like known to be a place to take your goats for they were fed well when they came down from Gilead. And so it also speaks to not only the sacrifice but also the feeding. Like he's saying, I want you to know I see that you're feeding on what the good things that I'm speaking to you. In other words, what I'm speaking to you right now is food for you. Like eat on that, dwell on that, meditate on what I'm saying over you because it's going to transform you. And so yeah, you guys already hit on the rest of it really well, but those two things, especially that one about the veil. Behind the veil, our secret life in God. The reason David could slay a giant is because he had a secret life.
Yeah.
He had a history, had a hidden life with the Lord that nobody but he and the Lord knew about on the backside of Bethlehem. Nobody.
That's right.
He was a little shepherd boy singing songs, plucking on his guitar, sucking on a toothpick, maybe not, but probably sucking on a piece of
Yeah,
wheat,
you know he was.
playing his whatever instrument that he had.
Back
My
to
wife
the
is
country
actually
music.
texting. Oh, he's texting us. Yeah, I mean, back to country music. There he was with his.
Full
Wheat,
circle.
wheat in his mouth, man.
Yep, I know. He was a shepherd. Would he not like country music? He's a shepherd.
That's right.
Come on. Used to sitting with my sheep on the side of the hill. Something like that. I don't know. That's old country. I got to get the new country style going.
No, you don't.
Okay, I don't have to. But yeah, go ahead.
Nicole
DJ.
added, and a few people. Nicole, he can see right through anything we use to cover ourselves, any walls, veils, masks. He sees the beauty within, no matter what.
That's right.
And Pat says, yes, Nicole. He sees through our veil, however, our veil obstructs our view of him. And Jolene
Interesting.
says,
Yeah, it is interesting.
doesn't this make you want to cry? That he sees it all and is still moved by us. He calls
That's
us
right.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
good, guys.
He
Andrew
does.
Hickey's still on there. He says this is all so good.
And it is.
Oh God, if we can bring this knowledge into the world, that you are good.
Yeah, that you're a
Then
good
he said,
guy.
sing it like Travis. What's his name?
That's right. I know what he means. No, he's talking about Randy Travis.
Randy Travis.
And God says, I'm gonna love you forever and ever.
Oh my
Forever
gosh.
and ever. Amen. That's it right there.
That was pretty good.
So that whole veil thing, there's so much revelation in that, guys. You're digging into it. I would tend to go to, he sees all the bad stuff behind the veil. But this text is the beauty of your dove's eyes behind the veil. And he's saying, man, there's stuff going on between me and you behind that. Woo! It's good stuff. And he's calling out the beauty of it. And it's also true that he does see all the weakness, but he doesn't speak. He deals with the weakness by speaking to our identity, which is what you guys already hit on. And you guys already hit on here. It's all good. Oh,
Well, and I was
so
thinking, as just to continue that piece of the conversation too, just real quick, like we as broken people in this world, as a broken world, we tend to, our minds are enamored with the negative. We get stuck on the negative all the time, and God continues to speak truth and love, and He is never condemning. He is always loving, and He brings us to this righteousness and holiness through His love, not through condemnation. And I think we get stuck on that when we think of the veil and things that we're hiding behind the veil and things like that. And that's not what He's saying here. He is saying how, like, I didn't, and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, but I'm saying I didn't go to the negative when He was speaking of the veil. I went to a bride on her wedding day, and the husband looking into the veil of his wife and being able to see her and her beauty there. And how great that is. How Jesus and God call that out in us. They don't call out the negativity. They don't call out the whatever's broken and the blemish and all of that. They call out the good. and they say, no, this is truth. And I think we get, well, I know, we get caught on the negative to where we get stuck on that, and it paralyzes us to where we can't walk in the positive identity that God says we are. And that's exactly what he's doing here. We don't see negative, like God doesn't see negative. He doesn't see blemish. He doesn't see that. He sees all the perfection. He sees what we truly are. And when we can get to that as lovers of him, as lovers of people, then that negativity comes out and we see people the way God sees us. And I think that's something that God's doing through that. So, yeah.
That's good. You think about that veil, that's really good, over a bride.
Mm-hmm.
And that veil speaks of, guess what? What's behind here is only for you, girl.
Right.
What's behind this veil, it's only for you.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
all yours and no one else's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there's so much revelation going in as you dig into it, and you guys are picking it apart and digging into all. And I love that you guys on here are having conversations with each other.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like there's a layered, and this is a beautiful thing about the Word of God. There are layers
Yeah.
and layers of revelation. So this is good today, man. One
Yeah.
verse. I'm glad we didn't try to do two.
Yeah.
We got one verse. That's about what we can do. Every
Yeah.
once in a while we can get two.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's one.
Yeah.
I don't know, because there's just so much in it. So good stuff, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're kind of winding down. Next week it would be the 23rd. So it's close enough to Christmas that this was our last one for the year.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh wow.
We should
Hey.
go out with a bang.
No wonder this was so anointed.
Yeah.
It's the last one.
Last one.
2020.
2020.
2020. It'll be
20,
over.
20.
2020. 2020.
Is that how you say it?
2020. Yeah.
Say it again.
2020.
Oh, because it's 2000.
Yeah.
Dos mil.
Mil is 1,000.
2020. Now I see you guys also got a Spanish lesson today too.
Que bueno.
Yeah, so what's coming up though? We do have FaceTime Friday's also not. It's finished for the year.
Yeah.
So we don't
I
have
still
that.
got that Randy Travis song stuck in my head.
I know, I got the
I'm
country
gonna
stuff.
love you
You're singing like the
forever
harmony.
and ever, amen.
I thought
The
it was
music stuck in
Now
my
I'm
head.
gonna love you forever and ever.
No, that's the Chris Tomlin version. It's too
Forever
high.
and
We just keep
ever.
going.
That's the Chris Tomlin version.
We have youth group
We gotta bring it
tonight.
back.
Hey, there's youth group.
It has to be low, yeah.
There'll be country
We've
music.
got from 6 to 8. We've got youth. It's gonna be a blast. We're watching Elf. We're decorating Christmas cookies.
Santa!
You
We're-
sit on a throne of lies!
Playing
Your head's
volleyball.
smell like sausage. You're not Santa.
Rumor has it we're having Slim Chickens.
Oh, I bet it's a true rumor.
Ain't
It's
nothing
gonna be
slim
great.
about those chickens.
No.
Those fat chickens.
So 6 to
Flawless
8.
chickens.
Never
Beautiful
win 'cause you are
chickens.
fat.
You're beautiful. Your
Chickens.
wingspan is like the flock of goats.
Yes.
It's so funny how I just made an announcement and you just keep going.
Yep, for real. Youth tonight. Youth tonight.
Tonight.
What time? What time?
I said that too. 6 to 8.
What? You said?
Six-
Yep, totally missed it.
6 to 8 tonight. So
6 to 8 tonight. It's
Yep.
gonna be awesome.
it is.
They're trying to break the record, right?
Yes, they are. It's so funny.
So the record was 76.
76 via Jared.
Yep, that's right.
Come on.
Back in the day.
And
What year was
there
that?
There is a picture.
I
There
saw
is
it
a
yesterday.
picture.
Kind of like saying you caught a big fish and you don't have a
Yeah.
picture.
I saw the picture.
That
So
was
how many?
2017.
2017. There were 76
76
kids. So tonight,
We had
Who knows?
40 last week.
That's the
on-
Christmas record.
I think
You
we
have to
could
break
do it.
the glow in the dark Easter egg hunt was like 120.
House
Oh.
outdoors.
Oh my gosh.
okay, so this
Get that
is
egg out of my
Christmas
face.
record.
This is the
Yeah.
Christmas record.
This is the
Gotcha.
Christmas
And you have to
record.
break the Easter record.
Deal. Let's keep going.
It's awesome no matter what. It's
It is
gonna be
awesome.
good.
It is,
It's
it
gonna be
is.
phenomenal. And
Hey,
then
did you know that Nicole Worthley's first celebrity crush was Randy Travis?
did
Oh,
not know
wow. He's like
Now you
70.
know.
that. Yep. Is he?
He's
He
like
probably is.
70. He probably wasn't 70 then, though.
No, I'm sure when she was crushing on him, he wasn't 70. 70 doesn't sound that old to me anymore.
I bet it doesn't.
No, wait, hold on.
It's like 2 years away, right?
Oh, you're terrible.
Oh,
Man,
You're
get
terrible.
feisty around
Oh, man. Oh, right the dagger straight to my heart.
dude.
Your
here.
hair
The amazing
falls
part
out
is
like.
that people don't leave when this happens.
I
They're
know.
I know. I like. What are you hanging on for, people?
Call
We're
me out.
crashing. The plane is crashing. Okay, Sunday's coming though, right? It may feel like Wednesday,
Sunday is coming.
but Sunday's on the way, and
There's
we
gotta
are
be
going to have an
something
awesome
about that.
time Sunday. Both services, still 2 services on Sunday, and then Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah.
Christmas Eve, 5:30, right here. The candles are already in the baskets. Debbie has them ready to go. We're gonna have candlelight service. You are in for some treats too, some surprise.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's some good stuff going to happen that night. So we're seriously excited about Christmas Eve, and so Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And we love being with you guys. We love studying. We can't wait to get into it in 2021. We're going to keep going with Song of Solomon. We're going to go all the way through this book.
Gonna go all
worth
the
it.
way.
It's like a whole year. I mean, this thing a year. That's awesome.
Hosanna, yeah. Now we switch to Toto.
80s.
Yep, we switched to Toto. So just in honor of Ryan's country love.
Oh yeah. Hey.
2 of a kind, working on a full house. There you go, buddy.
There's that.
Garth Brooks.
Was it?
Isn't that a Garth Brooks
Yeah,
song?
probably.
It is.
I don't
Yes,
know.
it
I don't
is.
remember.
I know the only one everybody knows. I got friends in low places where the communion drum and the grape
communion
juice
cheers
chases my
chasing.
blues away,
Oh,
Cheer.
and I'll be
crashed this
okay.
plane
Yeah,
hard.
What was
we
it?
crashed
Okay.
it hard
Ken
today.
said
It's the
eagle.
last one of the year.
Ken said Eagle Powers. I don't know what that means.
Summon your eagle powers. That's what it means. Summon your eagle powers.
That's what I was like, what is this, Ken?
Summon your eagle powers.
Summon your Eagle Powers.
Stephen, the eagle powers. It's a lie, Stephen. It's a lie. That's from Nacho Libre. We've gone Randy Travis, Garth Brooks, and Nacho Libre.
And we threw in a
within-
Chris Tomlin joke in there, too.
Yeah, within a matter of minutes. Oh my gosh, you guys! This is what it's like around here. By the way, when we're all in the same room,
Yeah.
you get us all in the same room. This is what happens.
Good
so.
thing they can't smell what's in the room.
That's another altogether.
Can you smell what the rock is doing?
That's another altogether.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us. We really do love you guys,
Yes, we
and we
do.
hope you're having an awesome Christmas season. Receive some holiday cheer.
Yeah.
We're throwing it out there to you.
Come
Some
on.
Christmas cheer. We love you. Have a great week.